Hello everybody, First Month is here. Today with the very last test comparing the Alaris versus some other knife, and today it is against or versus the CHARON 3, the shortest version. And I just remind you a couple of things about these knives. Why this is like the final, because as I said at home, these are the most comparable, or actually this is the most comparable knife in my collection to the Alaris. This is custom knife, but the Radim Dachs, the knife maker, got the the pattern for this knife. So it's a custom knife, but he makes these knives like regularly with three versions, actually, how long the blade you want. Otherwise that the handle length and everything will be same. So, and in general design only you can have longer and longer blade. I guess 16.5 centimeters, which is about 5.5 inches blade. This is 5 inches blade. That one was 6.5 inches blade, and 7.5, I guess 7.5 or 8 inches long blade. This particular model is made of RWL34 steel. You might see it here. There is the name of it. And what's important, 5 inches blade, 5 inches blade. In general size, as you might see here, just I'll tell you before that this knife, the Alaris, is longer about for let's say this part, this about 1.5 centimeter of this one is why the Alaris is longer than this one. Otherwise these are very close in all dimensions, even the weight. This is 305 grams. This is, I guess, I hope I don't forget, 312 grams. So just really very comparable. CPM 3V, that's important. What's important here is the secondary bevel is, after those years, is, I would say, improved by me. There is the secondary convex, and it was 0.7 on the secondary bevel, and this one, as I said, was 0.6. So this one was more slicer. As you might see, how long is the sweep or the grind, or here. So this one should be better slicer than this one, and I guess it is. Point of balance, because we got the same length, same blade length, and general same overall length and weight. That's important now. So as I said, it is somewhere here, and on this is just behind the guard. So just behind the guard. So this CHARON got the point of balance a bit more forward towards the tip, but I'm not sure if this one matters. What's important too, this is the original sheath for it. I added the camo there, and the screws here, but this is the original sheath. I still use it. There was a leg strap which I don't like, so I added this one, but the sheath is the same as here. So both great sheaths, excellent for that. Let's start. As normally, you won't see me. Hope you see this one, and we will start with baton. And I've got these nice pieces of dried oak. It's the same branch. This one is slightly longer, but not really 1 centimeter. So very nice, and I would say this is a bit more thicker than those previous. I call it about 3.5 inches, something like here, of course. And what I haven't said about price, that's another thing. These knives, by the price, are very comparable too. In general, even I bought this one years ago. So, and that price is close to this price of this knife today. So, from that perspective, this one is slightly more expensive, but he makes those knives without. You can choose, for example, if there will be no coating, like here is not, and this steel doesn't need it. If you like it, it's okay. So the price will drop. So I would say the price is very comparable. There could be difference, let's say 15%, 10, 15, no more. So I call it, let's say comparable, as I said, because these knives are really, you can't buy them like, you know, you go to, you have to make an order for this one. You can buy this one on online shop though. So this one is still more custom knife, and this is premium, but not custom as this knife. But okay, if there will be 10-15% price, I would call it still very close to this one. Let's say 50, 40 dollars, $40. So in this price range, I would say these are very comparable. Let's go for it. Well, see that? Oh, it's kind of, sorry. So sorry about that. I had to adjust the camera. Let's go for it. Let's go for the batoning. So as you might see, I got about 1 inch spare of the real edge, which means this is about yes, 9 centimeters, 9.5, somewhere like that. The CHARON, all of those are bit recurved, and the Alaris is not. None of these can make sparks, both of them with same reason. Even so, the splitting batoning is slightly for the CHARON. This knife makes it a bit better because of the grind. It's slightly thicker behind the edge and got shorter grind, so it opens the wood much faster, as you might see. But it was just like that. You might see how this knife like try to slice through, but of course the thickness. Another thing is, this is 5 millimeters, this 5.2, but there is the coating, so that could be the 0.2 from each side, something like that. Anyway, what I want to say, not only this one got coating, so we can't make sparks out of railroad. That's one thing, and the second thing is these are kind of rounded on the spine, same as this one. So this is the main reason why none of these can make sparks. So as I've said, for this one, the CHARON is slightly better for batoning. I didn't want to chop down any new branch. I felt the big sprue which was there, so I got few branches here. So the limbing on spruce a bit harder. Sorry about the noise, we are very busy. And the CHARON, okay, it's hard to say what helps better, if the recurve or that long belly, I would say, or this long way for that edge. So I'm not sure about this one, to be honest. Well, we'll see how this one works when I try to use it in this way, which is very similar movement. This is that Alaris, this opening here, and this is the CHARON. This is the CHARON. but this one is for that slightly better because of the thinness. It works more as a machete, but I feel that the recurve, slight recurve, helps here. So that and what helps even more is the hook. Even the handle is slightly shorter because there is the tail on that Alaris. There is the tail, but I can accommodate that my hand a bit more securely, and I can do this even with the Alaris is not as bad or that bad because I got still kind of hook here. But this is of course more safe because I got this angle there. So for this one, the feeling is slightly better. Even is I know because I used this knife after when I chop a couple of times, I had to do reposition anyway, and I think it's because of this one, because the knife is kind of short, 5 inches blade. If that will be the longest version, I'm not sure if this one helps there, because there will be more force forward, so there will be more tension for the knife to fly off the hand. So this will be better without this one. It's my opinion. Here there is not such thing, so if this one will be longer, so it will the tension to fly off my hand will be even more. I will simply, there will be more chance this one will fly off my hand because that. But because these are what these are, so the length and the weight, it's all right. It's all right. I got a spruce here, as I said, it's kind of fresh, so yeah. So see, the pinky is off, so I use these 3 finger holding, but I got the hook here, which is very secure for this one. Absolutely. But this is better slicer. See this long switch for that is much better. I feel that. Nice. Nice. I have to use a bit more force here. Here I would call the Alaris slightly better. Not that much. It's not some huge difference, but there is still kind of, you know, the feeling. Well, how this one can go through? This is fallen. I don't know how low. This is kind of dry wood. It's not fresh, but it's not that long off, I would say. So I'm here on. So see, by the way, comparing of the size, thickness, wideness actually for the knife. And what about that? What about that CHARON? I go for very similar spot here. I got a bit more confidence for that CHARON, thanks to that not so thinness behind the edge. So it won't slice as nice as that Alaris, but on the other hand, it's more like safety for the edge. So it, you know, you won't feel that, or you have not some tension. It could break or snap on the real edge. It is because it's really fine, it's really nice. That's why it's something, you know, if this one will be not CPM 3D, but I don't know, let's say 440C or something like that, or 154 cm, some those steels, I will be a bit worried, because as I said, this is dried, so bad heat treating, and it might happen something. Not that much on that, because simply the angle of the blade or the grind is slightly wider, so it's more safe for these activities. Okay, chopping. As I said, this is dryer. just, I've used this knife now much more. It's out with me every time I'm here, so not bad, definitely for that length. It's dry, so it's a little bit different than when it is fresh. We have to change this one. This is too soft now. It's overused. I have to bring new one. So for the chopping again, this is the same story. I've got this one, the hook here, which makes me feel a little bit more safer. But it's probably more of the feeling than reality, because there is no any tension. I feel that this one won't go off because, as I said, because of the weight and size. I use this one. So see how the knife moves when I start somewhere here like this one. I start like this one and I end like this one. So it moves slightly forward thanks to the chopping. I'll try this one. And I've started like this one. Just there is the hook, and I've ended like this one. So this is definitely more safe for that. If there will be some intention to throw the knife for whatever reason, of course this one is better if I have to, from whatever reason. Of course with this hook it will be more complicated to throw it out. We know these things. So slicing, or generally cutting, slicing, cutting. This is dry wood, as I said, so it's a little bit different than the last test. When new, before I've changed the grind, it wasn't that nice, and I've got the option to move closely, which is nice. But I've been bitten, I hope it's the correct word, by this very tip here when I moved slightly over that. So I have to do a little bit this one, because this choil is shorter than normally. This is, I believe, 1.5 centimeters, which of course prolonged the edge, the cutting edge, but it's kind of border for the size. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. Slice is really nice. Yeah, I'll start. This is the same wood, but from the other side. Yes, so it is the same feeling. Thanks to that, the wood is dry. It slices a bit worse than when I did those other tests. And there is a knot. That's why. There is a knot here. So that's why it works a bit not as I want. The knife goes over that, but it stops. When there is no knot, this grind works, of course, better as a slicer. So it is slightly better for the feeling. Yeah, the feeling is different. the recurve bites here. Yes. For the standard slicing, the Alaris is slightly better. What about this one? Chest pulse. Okay, when it bites, when it works, but there are 2 points, and literally 2 points, which are not nice. The first is, see the hook digging into my wrist, which is not helpful, and of course see that this one here, which is made by this spot here. This one, when I hold it, it's like that. So something we know from the Alaris, what I've said, so if I pull without this, and I will hold it in this way, so no on the ramp, this is absolutely fine. Absolutely, this is really, there is power in that. There is power in that. When I grab it here, well, we got the same problem as I mentioned a couple of times. I got here, this one, the same like here, but there is no the hook, which helps with the when the chopping is done. But there is not such thing like here, so if there is something what annoys me, it's just this one, but not something here. So for the chest pulls, definitely the Alaris is better, definitely more comfortable, and thanks to the grind, the deeps are those slices or cuts are more deeper, I would say. So I remove more material in one swing, or one cut. Okay, what about done? So I just remove this one here, and we will do those notches as I do normally. Here the recurve won't really help because it makes the surface uneven. Yes, so these are things I don't like when the knife bites in too much. I'm holding this knife like over the guard, so close to the edge, but not in the choil. I'm somewhere in the midway. You might see that thanks to the recurve it bites more, but see those angles all around that slice. So that's kind of if for crafting you don't want to have this one. The straight edge line is better. That's why the wood carpenters or something like that, those carpenters axis got straight line on their axis, so it's just line, no any recurves, no any rounds, which bites more, but for crafting it's not exactly what you want. So, and that's what I feel when I use those knives, because I do lots of things here now, improvised after the water flowing, and I do it mostly just with the silky, my knife, batoning stick. Of course I got some chainsaw and these things if I need, but I didn't bring any of my stuff from my workshop, so I do it here more because we are in forest in general, so I do it more raw way, I would say. So here we are. here we are. As I said, it slices really nice. There's no any problem with that. I feel the difference because slightly thicker behind the edge, and the recurve, those angles. That's something. If I really want to have it just straight, you might see the bite. See, the line is not. There's more of the bark. There is this here. Here's more bark than on the other side, just because the recurve. You have to watch it more if you want it like same. Okay, and let's do it here. Okay, same story. So I haven't done it on the dried wood, always on fresh, so it's kind of new experience for me. So if I stay on this spot about here, where the edge is generally straight, even if there is a light angle down towards the tip, but this is kind of straight, so it works more even, I would say, on the smile here than with the recurve. But because the angle drops here, so it starts to make those problems. Okay, problems like here with the recurve. So it's not about these knives like that. It's about generally type of blade. So the Warncliffe, straight Warncliffe, like the Spyderco does on the Yojimbo, let's say, that will be just straight. That will be probably the best carver for these things, because you can keep really straight, nice, even lines. For this one, that Alaris is better, thanks to the long grind and thinness behind the edge. This is simply more slicer than that CHARON. The CHARON is more oriented as a survival knife. Even the thickness, it doesn't need to be the same, so you might choose when, okay, if you ask to Radim Dachs to make the CHARON for you, you may choose steel, you may choose thickness. So this is, as I said, 5.2 millimeters, so about 0.19, something like that. So the thickness is generally the same like this one, but you may choose, let's say, 4.5 millimeters, which is 4.8, is about 3/16, something like that. That will be probably better slicer, probably. Depend on the grinding. Anyway, we got a kind of screw crusher or glass breaker or something like that, and we have not something like this one there in general, but we've got something like this one, but it's not sharpened. It doesn't have the kind of tip like this one has. So, and we've got the bow drill divot if we like to, if we need it. And what's important, I don't know if I said it, or you might see it on the video, this hole is drilled in that tongue. It's not kind of metal, let's say, glued in those scales. No, this one, what you see, the silver, that's the CPM 3V, is the tang, and the hole is just inside of this micarta and these liners. So, batoning, slicing, cutting. Okay. The last thing I want to do. This is kind of old one, but I guess this is large or pine old board, and we try to make some kindlings. This is nice material for those kindlings, absolutely. So we might see it I would say the CHARON does the nice job for it. I'm a bit worried that this one wanna bite more deep. Yes, so I have to be careful about that. So I will see, I'm doing them more fine, or I go too much deep, depend. Okay, I'll try this one, different spot with this one. I'll try this one on this end. This is kind of, this black could be different hardness there. So I'll try this one on the other side. Yes, this one is slightly different. The more light brown wood works a bit differently. So these are even more fine. What the Alaris makes, these are even more fine than here. Alaris, the CHARON. These are more fine, but I have to be more careful about that. This one is more easy to drive the knife more in towards the wood, because the thinness and the long switch, long grind, that, so I got intention a little bit turn it more into the wood, and then it bites and it's done. So for finer kindlings or feathers, the Alaris is better, but to make them easy, I mean with less concentration on it, the Alaris was better, and for that make them more easy is the CHARON better. So you don't need to concentrate that much to slide off and bite in. This one you simply do the stuff, even there is that recurve which helps there. Okay, so we are, I guess, in the end, if any of these, I'm watching time, which of these is better? Absolutely none. Absolutely none. I'm really happy with the CHARON. It is a great knife, and especially great is that you may choose whatever you want. You got many options on here, but you got countless option for this one. You may choose much more. You might choose DLC. This is not DLC. This is kind of PVD coating. You may choose color of the PVD. You may choose thickness of the knife. You may choose steel of the knife. You may choose liners. You may choose whatever G10 or micarta you find, and just send to the knife maker, and that will be what you want, what you have. So there will be more options what you want. So that's why this is still more premium. You got 3 screws here, you got 2 screws here, but these are on the Alaris. These are more tough. I would trust them more. This is simply better torques. Everything's bigger. The hardware is simply more tougher. Unfortunately, you can't have the CPM 3V here, just because it's not. We are not used to use it here. There is no. I haven't seen that in our market to buy CPM 3V steel like plate. You got Vanadis and all CPM 154 cm and those 1095 and these so many things, so many steels in general, but not. I haven't seen. Maybe somebody bring it to our country, but I haven't seen that. So that's why the Alaris, sorry, the CHARON 3 made of CPM 3V will be, for me, nice, better choice definitely than this steel. But the L34, sorry about that, was a premium steel. So in that time I made that was one from the, and somebody still uses it, so it's premium steel. And I did it. When you see my very first test about this knife, I split exactly on this spot, kind of branch or piece of branch, thick like that, but that was hell. That was really heavy tough wood. So I was kind of worried if the knife survives, and it survives. So I will be worried a little bit about this one, because the long thin grind. So this one survives. This is an excellent knife. So there is no, I wouldn't choose this one because price are very, very, very close. The sheets are great for both. You don't need to buy another one aftermarket. You might choose a couple of options, as I said. If you want to have better slicer, I'll put it this way. You want to have better slicer, probably this is a bit better. If you want to have more kind of survival knife, this is probably better. So you have to choose, but there is no generally winner. I would say this one is better than this one or something. No, absolutely not. These are very, very comparable knives in my eyes. How I use them, where I will choose, that will be really that thing. If I go for camp and these things, you know, trekking highlands here, just like that, probably the Alaris will be the choice. But if I have to choose one of these as a survival knife, really for the harder tasks, I'll probably go for this one, because let's say even that kind of combat self-defense applications, this is simply better made for that than this one. You might see this is definitely the profile. The CHARON profile is a bit more towards the kind of fighting knife, or you know, something like that. There's no fighting knife like, but in general, so it's better for that. So as a survival knife, definitely this one will be my choice more. But in general, for camping, as I said, hiking and these things, the Alaris is excellent knife. Thank you very much. Have a great time. See you next time. Bye.